Yeah, hi. As you can see, vauxhall calibra. It registered low fuel pressure, and basically the pipes rot out in the boot. In the boot, I mean in the fuel tank, which you have to take the whole fuel tank off to look inside the tank. And what happened was the high pressure inside of the tank had burst the fuel pressure pipe to the engine, and so it was lower pressure because it was leaking off in the tank. So anyway, I fixed that. I've also had a starting problem with this car, and that basically I'm showing you is where the fuel relay is. You undo, there's two of these bolts, one inside down, one there, so you take that off, and there you have your fuel relay. I've replaced it. This is a brand new one in there, and she starts fine now. All pressures are back up to normal. No thanks to the rotten pipe in the tank. Anyway, but what I was going to show you a moment. I'm only one-handed, and these are quite hard to take off. So if I just put you there a minute, and I'll pull the new relay out. So, okay, now then, I've removed the relay from its socket. I put a light on it so you can see there's several different plug holes in it. So this is how you check. Now, in the case of this one, there's two circuits that run. One's to the fuel pump, and one is to do with the ignition fuel pump system. So without it being on, it won't work. So sometimes half the system's down. But how to check this is you make up one of these. So you've got two spade connectors, and you've got a single spade here. Now let me point out, this one here is your 12-volt input from your battery. So if you plug the single one into, I'm trying to see the number on it. It's you might be able to see it better through the camera. It looks 7 is the one. So anyway, you plug your single one. Can't believe it started snowing out here on a sunny day. So that is your first connection. Then you've got your two connections now. So this one to the back, which, let's have a look again, see if we can see it. It looks to be number 8 if you look carefully. You'll be able to blow it up on your screen if you freeze it. So put one into there. Now this switches your fuel pump on. Okay, so there you go. You have, let's get that out of the way. So you have that one in there, and that's your fuel pump. So if you turn the ignition on, your pump will start running. And on this one here, again, let's have a look. It's hard. It's this side one here. Let me just see if I can get just a much better light on it. It's very hard when you do things like this on your own, but it's worth it in the long run because it'll save you a lot of messing about in time. Obviously, that will switch your pump on. So actually it looks like the yellow one's in 5 and 4 by the look of it. Yeah, so 5. And take no notice of what I said before. That's a 5, and that's obviously a 4, which you need to pop it into there. I'll show you that. Hold on. Okay, there you go. So they're all in there now. So let's have a look. 5, 4, and 8. Okay, so the 12 volt comes down the yellow one, and then distributes 12 volt to obviously the other two. The one that I'm showing you here, going to the back as we're looking at it, is a fuel pump. The one to the side, as I'm showing you now, is to do with the ignition system on the engine. Now if you plug all that in and you've had problems with it not starting or the fuel pump not running, if you plug that in, all systems should run, including the engine. As you'll see, I've got to blip this thing because it's got one of these silly immobilizers on. Let me just sometimes. Okay, the pump's running now. So, oh, that's another thing. Is this immobilizer won't allow me to have that one in, I don't think, without operating correctly. Oh, I know. The best way around it is just to disconnect the yellow one while I do the immobilizer. Okay, pull him out. Okay, now we should have immobilizer. Turn the ignition off. Yes, we have. Okay. Right, turn the ignition on. You don't have to worry about this if you haven't got one of these aftermarket immobilizers. But anyway, I have on this one. Now turn the key, and she starts. Starts okay because all systems are running, but you can see it puts on a puts on an engine light when you're doing it this way. But it's one way of testing. If the car starts with that system on, I'll turn it off a moment. If it starts with that arrangement, then you've got a problem with your relay. So that's one way of checking your relay system. Do not leave it plugged in, because it's a live circuit and it means that your pump will be running and other things that shouldn't be running. So do not leave that system plugged in. But it's a get round, and often if the relay's at fault, so I bought this is for Calibra V6. It actually relates to a Mitsubishi relay as well, but obviously if I've got a brand new one there. So if I plug this in correctly, like so, this then fixes the problem. She should start up okay. This immobilizer really gets on my nerves. There she goes, starts up. No engine light. Okay, just have to put that back together. The actual relay is front seat, driver seat, down in by the panel, side panel there, which I've obviously pulled off on that. But for your information, this may help you diagnose the problem. If the pump doesn't run, or there is something else going on without that system in, then obviously you've got to look into whether your fuel pump's running properly. But anyway, I hope it helps you, and subscribe and like, just to keep this channel going. Thank you.